Shree Ganesha Sharada Gurubhyo Namaha. Sindhuraruna Vigraham Trinayanam Manikyamaulispurattaranayak Shekharam Smitamukhim Apinamakshuruham Panibhyam Alipurna Ratna Chashakam Raktotpanam Bibhratim Saumyam Ratna Ghadastha Rakta Charanam Dhyayet Param Ambika. Welcome to all for this session on Lalitopakhyanam. In the previous chapter, we have seen as the Shakti army under the leadership of Devi Sree Lalita was marching towards Shunyakanagara in order to slay Bhandasura. On the other side, Bhandasura was making all the security arrangement for the safety of his city, and he called out Kutilaksha to make all the arrangement, who placed four great warriors on the four directions with 10 akshouhini of Sainya army with each one of them, while he asked Durmada to proceed towards the Devi's army in order to cause the havoc in the army. Meanwhile, the Asura chief Dhurmada marched his army right into the ranks of Shakti host and began a hideous slaughter. The Shakti hosts in turn met them with powerful weapons and with shrill voices encouraged one another and fell en masse on the Dhanava host, scattering and miming them in large numbers. Sampathkari Devi then espied the 10 akshouhinis of Durmada and rushed into their midst with numberless Shaktis equal unto her in might. Soon the battlefield turned red with streams of blood and resembled the crimson firmament at dusk. Ugly demons became more wrathful and threw themselves on the beautiful damsels with intent to sever off their heads. But the latter rained invincible arrows and scattered the asuras. Elephant vahanas of the damsels trod indiscriminately on the Danavas, crushing them to death. Seeing the ugly fate of their brethren, the Danavas lost heart and began to flee from the field. Dhurmadha, however, gathered them together again and instilling hope and courage into their hearts, led them forward once again, he himself riding on a high camel. Approaching the beautiful damsels again, Durmada shouted out to them and said, "O damsels, why have you left your modesty and shyness and came to battle like this? Know you not that I can take all of you alive and imprison you in my city?" So saying, he advanced towards them at great speed. Sampatkari Devi, with eyes flashing with fire, got on to her Madadanti, and while her mighty elephant Kolahala sped before her, she let loose a core of arrows simultaneously from her hands, and first set of arrows darkened the skies with their number. The following set of arrows grazed against the former set, and flames and sparks lit up the ground and burned the Danava host. Seeing the wondrous sight of Durmada also sent out heapful of arrows to counter hers. The very gazing of these fast moving arrows set off fires and burned many a warrior. In the meanwhile, Kolahala, the mighty elephant of Sampatkari Devi, ran into the Danava hosts and began to kill thousands of them by trampling and crushing some, by slashing some with her tremendous trunk, and by piercing others with her long and sharp tusks. Astonished at the might of this elephant Kolahala and the dexterity of Sampatkari Devi, Durmada became very wrathful and approaching the ferocious elephant, He drew an arrow with all his might and sent it right into the crown of Sampathkari Devi so that the precious jewel fly away from it. Deciding to put an end to Durmada's cruelty and sins committed against Deva damsels and wives of Bhusurottamas and her own Shaktis, now in particular Sampatkari Devi, took with great wrath and sent a powerful arrow right into his heart, driving his life instantaneously from his huge and sinful body. With the death of Durmada, his horse again began to flee from the field. Many fell a prey to the arrows and other deadly weapons of the Shakti pursuers, and only few escaped to Shunya Nagara to relate their tale of woe to their lord and master Bhandasura. On hearing this unbelievable news of defeat, by delicate damsels, Bhandasura ground his teeth and ordered Kutilaksha to send Kurunda with 20 akshouhinis. Kutilaksha bowed in obedience to his lord, and calling Kurunda forthwith, he said unto him, O brave and mighty Kurunda, this woman seems to be full of wiles, for now else could she have vanquished the Durmada, the mighty one. You are conversant with Maya and can certainly subdue her pride and bring her here, dragging her by her hair. Be not lured and blinded by her beauty or charms. Use your Mayavic powers and make her surrender herself to you. Take 20 akshouhinis with you and surround her Shakti hosts and subdue them. Thus, in this part of the story, we have seen how Ashwaruda Devi had attacked on, Sampatkari Devi had attacked on Durmada, and finally a great battle happened between them, and finally Sampatkari Devi pierced a arrow into the heart of Durmada, putting an end to his life. And then the remaining part of the Daitya army ran back to Shunyanagara, telling the tale of how Durmada was killed. And on hearing that, Bhandasura was grounding his teeth and ordered Kutilaksha to send Kurunda with 20 akshauhinis. Now, next it is the turn of Kurunda with his 20 akshauhini to come face to face with the Shakti army. Namaste Sharada Devi Kashmira Puravasini Twamaham Prarthaye Nityam Vidya Danancha Dehime. Goodbye.